A very pleasant good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome once again to Inner the Yard with Big Stone. Today I'm coming to you because of some sad news that I have to bring to you. And it's about little Tracy and Ricketts. As you know, Tracy and Ricketts was a 14-year-old little girl that suffered from osteosarcoma. Now, osteosarcoma is a cancerous tumor that affected the left side of her jaw. Ironically, it is the same tumor that affected King Yellowman many years ago, almost 30 years ago. So if this tumor is treated expeditiously, then of course there's hope for the patient. Now, little Tracy and Ricketts developed this tumor in July of 2020. And immediately, King Yellowman saw it on the news and he reached out to me and says, Big Stone, there's something that we need to do. Now, I didn't have any money at the time, so I immediately reached out to my friend Shawn Prendergast, who is president and founder of the Rudolph Prendergast Foundation, and that's located in the Philadelphia area of America. Now, when I reached out to Shawn didn't hesitate, and he sent me 50,000 Jamaican dollars. Now, we took that along with some donation from King Yellowman, and we went looking for Tracy and Ricketts. We found the mother, and we made a presentation, and I later on had the opportunity of meeting with Tracy and father. Now, why Shawn is going to be my special guest is because it took a long time, many pleading to the government, the Honorable Prime Minister, Andrew Onis, and we plead to Dr. Christopher Tufton. You'll see the videos. I practically cried, and I'm going to refresh you of the videos that we did in pleading to Dr. Christopher Tufton to help poor little Tracy and Ricketts. And it was not to be. There was no help coming, and somehow we miraculously, we raised some funding, and we fly out to the United States. And little Tracy and Ricketts passed away about 3 or 4 days ago. Now I have here in the studio my very special guest, Cleveland Prendergast. He's the president and founder of the Rudolph Prendergast Foundation. I'm going to bring him in now. Hey, Shawn, good morning, my brother.
What's up, Stone?
Well, I'm here, I'm somewhat sad, just like how I know you are sad in this new development with Tracy and Ricketts. Tell us how you got the news that Tracy and Ricketts had died.
Well, a couple of days ago, I was, out doing some shopping, me and my sister, Jennifer, when I got the phone call from Tracy and Dad, Trace Ricketts.
Yes.
And the way I heard his sound on the phone, I just know something terrible was wrong,
Yes.
Well, anyway, I braced myself for the news, so I slumped over the shopping cart because me and Jennifer was shopping to, for some stuff to send to Jamaica,
Yes.
Yeah. And, I slumped over right away and, I asked him what was wrong. And he said, no, before I asked him what was wrong, I said, how you doing? And he said, not so good. And I said, how is Tracy Ann doing? And he said, I must tell you that Tracy Ann is no longer with us. Tracy Ann passed away about an hour and a half ago.
Wow.
And, away, I was, you know, I was really weak, in my knees standing,
Yes.
and Jennifer was ahead of me, and she asked me what was wrong. So I was telling her that Tracy, and I'm on the phone with Trace Ricketts, and he had instructed me that his daughter had just passed away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest with you, Shawn, when you called me, ironically, I was in on it garden.
Yeah, excuse me. Right away I call you. You was the first person I called.
Right.
Yeah,
So when you
and
called me, I was in on it garden, and I was standing beside Yellowman.
right.
Now, for me to break the story to Yellowman, I know it was gonna be a tough one because you know how Yellowman is in regards to Tracy. Both of
Yeah,
them had the same illness, and he was the one who started this major campaign to assist, the Ricketts family, along with yourself and little Lenny and Jafamila and a whole lot of other people, Chicken Hawk,
many more.
Hawk, yes, and many more came on board. But before we go into that, I'm just want to share with the people of Jamaica as to how Yellowman took this and how I actually dealt with the situation. So take a listen. A very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The time is now 5:39 p.m. I'm here with the King of Dancehall, and we just got a very sad news. I'm not in a position to break it to you, so I'm going to ask the King of Dancehall to break this news to you. King.
Yeah, I'm weak right now. I just have to do some dub plate, but I can't bother do it right now because I got a sad news that little Tracy and Ricketts passed.
When he said that, Shawn, trust me, when he said little Tracy and Ricketts pass, it's like something like somebody put a big ton of bricks on my head. You know what I mean? I start feeling weight, I start feeling I start feeling terrible because I know
Yeah,
we went the extra mile. We plead to the government, Shawn. You know it and I know it. And later on we're gonna be playing a video clip of how Shawn actually responded when he noticed that Tracy Ann wasn't getting the help that she so rightly deserved. I'm going to find another video and I show the world what it was like when we went on the campaign on the battlefield, pleading because of what happened to little Tracy, and we were pleading and begging the government and asking the government to help us to help this little girl. So we just want to share this video with the world so they can see that the Rudolph Prendergast Foundation and you know it really touches me to the very core of my heart. So I just want you guys to take a look at what happened while we was on the campaign and while we actually went on this campaign.
For your mercy has failed. Tired. You're tired. Tired. I'm tired. Blood of Jesus.
God, mighty God.
I love you, Lord. Oh, your mercy never fails me.
Oh God,
All my days
help Monica
I've been
Tracy.
held in your
Help Monica Tracy.
way.
Help Monica Tracy, please. God Almighty. Help her bend the nerve. Help her bend the nerve. Help her bend the nerve, God Almighty. We can't take it. Help Tracy. God Almighty. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Help Monica Tracy. Oh God. Help Monica Tracy. Please, Jamaica. Please, I don't want it, I beg you. Please, I don't want it. I don't want it, I beg you. This little girl is dying. Almighty God. Please. 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 Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. Oh. Dr. Christopher Doctor. Please. Have a heart. You know you have victims. You know you have children. Lord Jesus. Oh. 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 Every single Christopher Tufton! Dr. Christopher Tufton! And this little girl! Dr. Tufton! Have a heart! Have a heart, Dr. Tufton! Have a heart! 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 Shawn, I can't go much further, man, because you know, I really can't go much further, man, because you know this is very hard for me to go through what we went through. But the show must go on. So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we was in front of CBM television. We had placards that was sponsored by the Rudolph Prendergast Foundation. So this man you see on your screen did a remarkable job from overseas as a Jamaican, doing the little bit that he can in regards to helping a fellow citizen. He put up his money to help this little girl. And then there's another case with the Carrie Ann Collins case, where this young lady, right, she forgot that she turned the stove on, and she was there cleaning up the kitchen. But by this time, the kitchen was, you know, engulfed with fumes, and she struck a match, and everything exploded, and she suffered third-degree burn on the body. So when Shawn saw both situations, the neglect of people who have power to make a difference, he made a statement. But I'm going to show you the video in its entirety so you can listen what causes Shawn Prendergast to speak the things that he spoke. And he didn't do it with any ill intent towards the government, but he did it because he's a concerned citizen and he wants the best for his fellow Jamaican, and he see his fellow Jamaican as more important than any political party. So I have to say, hats off to Shawn again. I'm gonna play the video now, and this is the video. It's Kerry Ann Collins there. Of course, rest in power, Kerry Ann and Tracy and Ricketts. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. A very special good morning to Gaza Girl and
So I hear the mother
all of you
cries out for her daughter, Kerry Ann Collins. I want you to hear what she had to say. Take a listen.
Me lost me life, me been the dead, me politician never suicide, both PMG and GLP. No miss no help to Jamaica, citizens. No miss no help when voting time come. You see them pack up your yard and vote, see them vote for them done Prime Minister. No miss no help to Jamaican. No help, them don't care about them people. Jesus, me been gone. Mighty God. Mighty God, Jesus Christ, she gone. Oh God, mighty God, oh God, everything that is this. I call upon this Prime Minister for Jamaica. How many weeks to come to me cry, and him don't come to me cry. Him don't come to me cry, and he been dead. Me been dead. I ball out to the Prime Minister to come to me cry. Me ball out to the two sides. Nobody come to me cry. Minister of Health, me cry out to them and they don't come to me cry. Nobody care about me because them big and rich and them have their money, so they don't care about nobody. Yeah, some people don't care about poor people because them take poor people nothing at all. Them take me for sure. And me been dead. My brother not dead. Me been care for me. She love me. I'm a breadwinner. I'm a God. But God knows. To save people life. And every people to come and make them on the premise and the official fly up and get for them health care. And just to report with them and get the help. And my sister dead. My sister dead because she had no birth unit. She could have lived. 12 days she lived for. From the 27th of November she get burned. From the 27th. And that ain't what all, but just through them can't fly out, but get big head care. The health system of idiot out here. No health care out of Jamaica for people. Poor people that even X-ray can't get. And then have official and they can't try and fly out. Go England and Europe, go get freedom health care and people that suffer. This could happen to any other people, picnic. Any of my people could get murdered and can't pay to suffer. Look at God, if you 12 days in a man, you say, anyone she get the health care on time. Anyone she get the health care on time, you can put that there.
all that fell on deaf ear.
You're tired. Tired, I'm being tired. Blood of Jesus. Mighty God, mighty God.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard from the mother and the sister of Kerry Ann Collins. You have heard their grief, their anger, their feeling, their thoughts about the family members, and I have to support them because when you lose a loved one, you're the only one that can walk a mile in your own shoes. My heart feels for you, Mama. I understand the pain that you're going through because it is standard for children to bury their parents, but for a parent to bury especially her breadwinner. That's how she classified Kerry Ann Collins as her breadwinner. Now I know of other situations. We're talking about the Tracy and Ricketts story. And I pleaded out myself to the government, asking them to assist this poor family, to help them on their journey. Nobody contacted me except for the secretary of the Honorable Dr. Christopher Tufton. And we spoke for a little bit and she said she was going to get back in touch with me. Because of course a lot of people have tapped both the Prime Minister and Dr. Christopher Tufton, IG. And then what really moved me, ladies and gentlemen, to do this video further is when the president of the Rudolph Prendergast Foundation Incorporated, Shawn Prendergast, sent me a voice note, and you want this voice note to be heard. I'm going to let you listen now to Shawn Prendergast, a staunch Labourite, a man that was devoted to the Jamaica Labour Party. And he's saying that if the government don't pull up their socks and do the right thing. A matter of fact, he said he has denounced his association with the party. I'm not a politician. I am an investigative journalist. I'm a people person. I'm here for the people. Let's take a listen to Shawn Prendergast.
On this day, the 10th day of December, I will denounce my membership of being a supporter of the Jamaica Labour Party, in which I already said it in messages that are sent out that I will withdraw being a member of the Jamaica Labour Party, because no government should treat their citizen the way the government is treating the citizen of Jamaica. And I will instruct my family who are members of the Jamaica Labour Party to do the same by withdrawing their membership. Anything comes up to do with the Jamaica Labour Party, there gonna be no participation, and I will discourage everybody who I know, who I can discourage, to stay away from this party until the government of whichever party in power start giving the people of Jamaica the respect in which they rightfully deserve. And I want you to send this voice note around. And I am the president of the Rudolph Prendergast Foundation. My name is Shawn Prendergast. And I hope this message getting the honor of Christopher Tufton and Andrew Holness. I am not even gonna address them with no honorable, because to be frank, I don't think that they deserve it, because there are so many events going around with these sick kids in Jamaica, and you want to tell me that they are parents also, and not evil to let the office of the so-called Prime Minister or the so-called Health Minister call these family up and give them assurance that they would get the treatment that they should get, instead of Tufton office calling the Ricketts and telling them that he's gonna see what he can do. See what you can do is not acceptable. That's bullshit. Andrew Holness, you need to do better than that. I had much respect for you, sir, But now I had to choose between the people of Jamaica getting their respect than to give a government who not doing their duty that the people of Jamaica put them in power to do, sir. I wouldn't give a damn when you all hear this message, how you all look at it or how you all feel. But it's time for the people of Jamaica to stop falling for what they're not supposed to be falling for. The people of Jamaica deserve better than this. You all should know that the people is the government. They are the power. You all only hold the mantle of power temporary. The power doesn't belong to you, Andrew Holness, nor Christopher Tufton. The power belongs to the people of Jamaica.
The voice of Shawn Prendergast. My eyes is welling up because he speaks so passionately. And I know Shawn loves the people of this country, especially the children. Little Tracy and Ricketts has touched his heart. Little Roger Joseph has touched his heart. Roxanne Garden has touched his heart. Javon Dixon has touched his heart. But Kerry and Collins, it's difficult. And I want to offer my condolences to the family. And I'm saying hold tight because freedom is coming tomorrow. Guess what? Our tomorrow really is today. Our children are the backbone of any country, the future of any country. And we must protect, make sure they're healthy, make sure they get a firm education, and make sure that they're safe. My motto, and I repeat again, no child must be left behind. I'm going to step it up a notch. No Jamaican must be left behind. Let me hear how you feel, ladies and gentlemen, about the voice notes that you hear of Kerry Ann Collins' family, mother and sister, and also the voice note of Shawn Prendergast, president and founder of the Rudolph Prendergast Foundation. Please like and share, and please make your comment on what you've heard tonight. It's very important. And also, if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please don't waste your time to do so. Thank you very much for watching. I'm tired. I'm heartbroken. I'm sad. Good night.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you've had it. We have a little technical difficulties. We just lost Shawn, but he'll get back online momentarily. But the show must go on. Little Tracy and Ricketts and many more like her exist in Jamaica. I am beginning to think, and I ask the $1 million question: is justice different for some people than it is for others? Is medical care different for some citizens in comparison to others? It makes me wonder, because we're all supposed to be Jamaicans. And to know that we don't even have a burnt unit in this country after all these years, after all these fires from these dilapidated communities, because some of the communities it's nothing but board house and zinc fences and so on. So it is a miracle why more people have not been burnt or lost their life to fire based on the hazard that it has. So we're gonna get right back to Shawn. Shawn, welcome back, man. You just came back in time. We just played your voice note, and the world is amazed. One brother by the name of Ray Gibson, he said, "Talk, my brother, talk." Right? Gloria saying this is a big disgrace. No burnt unit in Jamaica. Carelessness. No one care for the people of Jamaica. Talk to me, Shawn. What is going through your mind at this particular time?
Well, it's a sad, sad situation. Very, very sad. And to be frank, I have a whole lot of stuff to talk about. I mean, this hour or even this day wouldn't even be enough, for the people of the world and the people of my beloved country, Jamaica, to even, understand. But it's a very sad situation. I think the government of Jamaica, which the party, the ruling party now, is a party which I love, dearly. But between the people and between the party, I had to make a conscious decision, because how can I cheering for, a government that's not cheering for the people? As a leader of a country, you're supposed to, when you take a job as a leader, you take it to lead the people. So the job of the Prime Minister is to make sure that the well-being of the people of that country is taken care of. And sometimes that's why I don't really do social media, because you got many type of people on social media. You got those who just don't give a fuck about people. You understand? They have no care or no knowledge about caring of people. They don't even care about their own children, much less other people children. A situation like that with that little girl should be taken care of easily. That little girl should never have to be up in New York right now, laying up in a morgue. If only the health minister did answer our request on time. It's not like we was asking them for something for ourselves. We're asking them for something for a promising little young girl. She was doing good at her school, And I just want to say condolence to Mrs. Ricketts and to Mr. Ricketts and the Ricketts family. That was a great loss,
Wow. Shawn, I know how you feel because we have spoken about this on many, many, many different occasions. And it's not just the health issue that affects Jamaica. Housing, there's a lot of people who are practically living. Currently, the Rudolph Prendergast Foundation is working on a project That's why I have to big up Shawn Prendergast. I know a whole lot of people don't like to hear when I big up Shawn Prendergast, but I have to big him up and keep bigging him up and put him larger than life because as a Jamaican to live in the United States, we know because I used to live there. There are a lot of people who can help and make a difference in Jamaica that have not even turned their eye and look back, and family members who actually helped to get them there. There is this man by the name of Patrick Duncan that has been living in a motor vehicle for practically 10 years. And we reach out again to the Rudolph Prendergast Foundation. And this compassionate man that you see on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, this man who recently started the Rudolph Prendergast Foundation in memory of his father, his plan and his objective is to help as much people as he possibly can in his hometown of St. Catherine, Uwerton, and in the entire 14th parish of the world. So we have to big up Shawn Prendergast again. The Patrick Duncan's home will be open shortly. Everything is there practically. The zincs are on, the roof is completed, building is painted. We're just doing the fine tuning now of running the wires and making sure the sewage is set up. And in another week or so, the building will be open and the keys will be handed over from the Rudolph Prendergast Foundation to Patrick Duncan. There's a lot of things that Shawn wants to talk about. Shawn, the floor is yours, man. You're my very special guest, one on one. And if there's anything that you want to talk about it, man. The platform is yours, and the people understand what is going on in Jamaica. What are some of the
Yeah, I
plans
mean,
that you have with your foundation?
a lot of things.
Mm.
Yeah,
I noticed that you were talking about some properties in St. Mary
yeah,
where we
yeah,
want to, get property so big that we can hire X amount of people. It possibly
yeah,
could be a tourist attraction. Tell us a little bit more about that venture.
yeah. Well, I mean, the tourist attraction is a good thing, but I mean, that would just to use to generate money to sustain the projects of the foundation. But really, that the acquirement of that property is really about the foundation. It's 20 acres. I'm not gonna give much more details, because right now we're in the process of, you know, you know, doing the
Purchasing the property
final.
and go over certain things and so on.
Yeah, yeah, but it had some buildings on it that they vandalized.
Mhm.
Excuse me, and those buildings could do something to uplift the youths of Jamaica, who want to learn a trade, you know, because there's so much promising kids in Jamaica left school with, 15, 16 subjects, and there's no recreational, place that they could go. I mean, art is there that they could go and like learn trades and stuff like that. But too much kids in Jamaica idling, too much. Because in Jamaica, in every parish in Jamaica, there should be land provided to have a proper park where people could go out, enjoy with their kids and stuff like that. You need stuff like that. You need proper playground. you need a lot of amenities in Jamaica. And if I was the leader of Jamaica, I don't mind the government borrowing money, but borrow it for a special purpose. Then they could borrow it, but when you borrowed it, I mean, they borrowed it to do the North Coast Highway and the East Coast Highway. That's great. Because in any developing country, it's the three main source in any developing country: a proper education system, a proper healthcare system, and a proper road infrastructure. Because if you're gonna grow your economy, you need proper road infrastructure to get the goods around from business to business
Yeah.
to generate that capital to service the country. So that's good. Now they got an education system already. All they had to do is build on it. You got so much brilliant kids in Jamaica. So many of them. I mean, I don't even think the people of Jamaica realize the country that we were born in. How powerful the name Jamaica is around the world. I mean, people respect down the ground that people walk on in Jamaica, and they don't even realize.
Wow.
I mean, I interact with people every day of my life, different people from different countries, different places, and when we conversate, when they find out that you're Jamaican or they know that you're Jamaican, I mean, they treat you like you're royalty, man. You know, and it really breaks my heart to see every day the amount of crime, you know, that's spiraling in Jamaica. And the savage and gross way that these young men's been getting killed and been killing each other, you know?
Yeah. As you
I
speak about that, Sean, you must have seen the video of this little 6-year-old boy that says he wants to become a gunman and kill police because he sees it every day on the television. And when he was questioned by the elder that was probably videotaping, he told the elder, "You can't tell me what me want to become. You can't tell me what me want. Me know what me
yeah,
want." And
yeah,
people were laughing. How
yeah.
does that make you feel?
Well, you know, it made me feel it didn't make me have a good reaction. I'm not gonna lie to you because I mean, I'm not gonna say I am an angel. I am no angel. I had my share of the
Going
streets
on. Yeah.
of this country. You understand? I can handle myself in whichever way. You understand? But, you know, when I was growing up, because I left Jamaica when I was about to turn 15 years old, and I grew up in this country. But I love my roots and my country so much that I never try to like let my Jamaican accent leave me.
Yeah.
You know, I still kept it. When I was growing up, I grew up in a family who was full of principle. In all my life, I've been growing since I've been growing around my dad. For the period I was in Jamaica, my mom left and come to the United States, I think when I was about 3 or somewhere around here.
Yeah.
So it was my dad and my older siblings, I really grew up around. And my dad was a no nonsense type of person. I never heard my dad use profanity or nothing like that. You know, he was always disciplined, always well dressed, well groomed. When you went to, my hometown, you heard how, my childhood friend in Maxwell, you heard
Yes.
how he spoke about me and even my dad. Yeah. So everybody know my dad. So there's certain type of stuff. I remember when I was growing up, when you see elder person, I mean, whatever you was doing wrong, you better stop doing it. You understand? So
Yeah.
if we was a little kid and we was using indecent language, when we see an adult coming, he could have 1 year older than us or 2 years, then we would have to draw up in our shell. These days, these kids, nah, they don't do that. I mean, people just, the stuff that people allow these children to do in Jamaica and to, you know, see them do, that's not cool. As a child, I was told as a child that a child needs to stay in the place of a child, you know? If I was doing something wrong and you coming along and you saw me doing something wrong, you would catch me and I would get an ass whipping and I couldn't go home and tell my dad.
You better believe that. You
I
better
could
believe
not
that.
go home and tell my dad because guess what? My dad didn't beat me much, but my
That
dad
look,
used to add
that
this.
look,
Yeah, all my dad had to do was just give me that look. And every day my dad go on his farm, he would bring home a new switch. But he would never beat me. I maybe get a whipping like once a year.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
that whipping stays with you.
yeah, and that whipping would, every time I remember that whipping, whatever I'm doing, I would know that, look, hey, don't let it reach to another one. So people in Jamaica had to be careful what they're doing around children, man. Because children, we had to remember that children only live what they learn.
Exactly.
A child can only announce and stuff that they see.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I want to say this to you though, Sean. The crime rate in Jamaica is spiraling out of control. Last year we lost 1,301 person. That's what the records show.
Hmm.
Hundreds of missing people, and I'm talking about men, women, and children who have gone missing, who have not shown up yet. Some of them have gone back home. And this year thus far, we've gone well over 600 people. And we're about in the middle of the month, the middle of the year.
Hmm.
What are your thoughts? How can we stem this wanton killing? And I noticed that people are being vindictive against each other. We call it bad mind and grudgeful, and most of that is just permeating the island, and the place is a mess. Give me your thoughts as a Jamaican looking in from the outside. Where can we help and where can we help?
Yeah, but see, as a government, the government had to set up more infrastructure, you know,
Yes,
to give the kids them more stuff to do. Set up more recreational center and
facilities.
stuff
Yeah,
where your facility where kids can go and interact, you know. Because when young people sit down idling with nothing to do, all type of thoughts come into their mind, and then like people, adults with ill intention will find them vulnerable, will find them vulnerable then. So that's when they lower them into the life of crime. Because I know the life of crime, and I know the life of crime well. You understand? But as a kid growing up, I always associate myself with older guys. I mean, who could be my father or my grandfather.
Yes.
I never hang with like young peers like my age.
Yes.
So I mean, if I'm going out of line, they will, straighten me and be like, hey, you're going out of line.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's just a lot of stuff needed in Jamaica, and it can be worked out.
Yes.
It can be worked out. I mean, I'm here in America, and I mean, a lot of people lost hope. A lot of people gave up on Jamaica. They sell whatever land they got. Our families sold out their land saying they're not returning back,
Yeah.
But not like me. I mean, don't matter how Jamaica get rough or whatever. I mean, if it's even two people left standing in Jamaica, I wanna be one of those people.
Yes.
Yeah, because I always tell my family if I should die wherever in the world or whatever, just make sure that I return back to Jamaica. That's where I wanna be put away.
Exactly. I agree with you.
No,
Well,
we
ladies and gentlemen, just to refresh your memory of what's happening, I'm here talking to Shawn Prendergast, the president and founder of the Rudolph Prendergast Foundation. He's located in the Philadelphia area. Shawn, I know
yeah.
you recently started your foundation, but you have done so much for Jamaica. You have done a lot for Javon Dixon, the Rocks and Garden story. You have done a lot for Yvonne Sterling,
Willie Francis,
Billy Francis, and the list goes on and on and on.
Ozzy Robertson.
Ozzy Robertson. The list goes on and on, Sean. Uh, how can people reach you if they want to help you along this journey?
Well,
Donate to your cause or donate to your foundation. How can
well,
you do it?
well, the foundation is up and running now. Just gotta do a little fine tuning.
Mhm.
And I will be placing, an account number there where, like, if people wanna donate, and this foundation is properly registered, federally registered. So it's no little foundation that set up, with no ill intention or whatever. Because every project that I did, it wasn't based on like donation. One of my projects got donation for, but all the other project was, you know, money from like family members and money from myself.
Yes.
Most of that was done by me,
Wow.
you know. I mean, you had to really love you had to know the meaning of giving. That's why I know that I would add to it was a must. I would add to honor my father because my dad was a man of giving. And
Yes.
he was a man who always crying for peace. I never
Yes.
see one time I see my dad and somebody was arguing. And since I was a adult and I went back to Jamaica, I told my dad that that argument that he had with that guy, you know, it was because of me and my nephew, which is his grandkids, you know. We really initiated that, you know, fight with the guy. Yeah, because
Shawn, I just want to show them the fan base out there. There's a lot of people tuning in, so I just want them to know that you're not just into the humanitarian part of helping a sick child or a homeless person or something. Recently, Daddy Uroy passed away, and you did something phenomenal, which you etched Daddy Uroy at the corner of Kling Avenue, and of course the corner of Olympic Way and Kling Avenue. I just want to show you the fan base out there when Ken Fight, right, who will be on your label, which is Shakir Entertainment.
Yeah, Shakur,
Entertainment. And I just want to show them a little clip of what it was like, right, just to show you the other side and to cheer us up a little bit. This is the project that Shawn worked on, paid up his money, and this is it.
Enough love, man. We did this. I'd love to big up, of course, again, the Rudolph Prendergast Foundation for making this happen. Shakur Entertainment for making this happen. Big Stone Records and all the people who work very hard, James Stewart and everyone, who put their hard work together to make today what it has become. Keithy Barnes, big up yourself. Chinaman, big up yourself. Annie Goodas, big up yourself. And big up my friend Lance over there. So Lance, big up yourself over the shop there, Lance. Enough love for all the hard work. My brethren across the street, big up each and every one of you. We could not have done it without you. I came here 8 days ago and I said I'm going to stay on this corner until we make sure that Daddy Uroy is placed here in a very powerful way. And we did it. We want to thank each and every one of you, the Universal Peace Federation. Thank you for awarding all the great ones. Ian Pepe Goodison, thank you very much. Thank you so much for doing all the hard work and to make it very, very possible. I could not have done it without you.
Yeah, love your story. You're a good man when you come here, me and you do the work. I'm going to do it good with you, while we build it. But hear what me say, big up rifle, my boss. Anyway you're there. Love you. And Stone is a good night. Everything is good. Everything is fine. Me now left you so dirty. Stone, we will never left you dirty. It have a clean, and me sweeping. So every morning, it have a sweep. Love your Stone.
Thank you.
Yeah, love you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Wayne South, big up yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a man that has been doing it for a lot of years. A matter of fact, Daddy Uroy passed away at age 78. This man that I'm going to call on stage will be 78 years old. His name is Ken Fife, and he has records all over the world. Ken, come up here, Ken. One of my favorite songs is Rub Up on a Natty. Yeah. Ken Fife, give him a big round of applause.
Yeah, big up massive. Don't feel no way, brother, you're right, you know, from way back.
I'm that young girl who don't have nobody.
One of them can.
I'm that young girl who don't have nobody. want treasure, said you know I'm somebody. I say all them young guys, what can I lose somebody? She want treasure, said you don't have nobody. But not in the step to them big too, yes. In the skirt and pants shoe, I and I say, I see the truth, yeah. Come let me tell you the truth. Come rub up on that thing. Come rub up on that thing.
That's just to show the world a little piece of what Shawn Prendergast has been doing, building the wall. As a matter of fact, if you go into Arnett Garden, you'll also see a beautiful mural of the area leader, George Banks, right there in Pegasus. So I just gave the public a little synopsis of some of the things that Shawn has on in and is doing a remarkable job. Shawn, I know that Jamaica is your heart.
Yeah.
What can you tell the Jamaican people now in terms of, is there hope for the country? You know, what type of future could we expect, and so on and so forth?
Well, I mean, you know, what I really would say to Jamaica, you know, there is hope, you know, there is hope. I mean, I know sometimes it might seem as if, you know, life is going nowhere for a lot of my fellow Jamaican brothers and sisters, you know, but just, you know, be of good courage and just hang on. There is hope, you know, there is light at the end of the tunnel, you know. And the people of Jamaica, they just had to get a mindset. Jamaica is trapped in a maze. I don't know if maybe a lot of Jamaicans know the term of what a maze is, but some might not know. So a maze is something with one entrance. It's like putting someone in the ocean and there is only one exit out. So you had to keep going, you know, in circle, like a puzzle, you know, to find the exit. But even though Jamaica is trapped in a maze, there is hope, you know. I mean, maybe not in our lifetime, but I know Jamaica, you know, Jamaica gonna become, you know, to earn the glory of which it deserves, you know. It's on its way already. I'm looking to see all, you know, the designer stores and stuff that been in a downtown New York or a Paris, you know, or a downtown Philly. You know, I'm looking to see them in Jamaica at some downtown at some point in time, you know. And to the government of Jamaica, you know, I'm gonna give it to him, to the Honorable Andrew Holness. You know, when I speak with no malice. I just speak for the love of the country and the love of my people. And, you know, I shook your hand before up in a district called Cheesefield in Linstead, you know, at a rally that you was having for Sandra Nesbitt when she was running against Bobby. He's another one. He got one of the best constituency in my district. He got it with Bauxite, got it with I mean, you know, citrus, dairy farm, everything. And he blew that chance. He never built on it. Instead, they destroyed it. They sell the land out more and more to the bauxite company, you know. But all I'm saying to anybody in government in Jamaica, I mean, we know Jamaica is not that. I'm not even going to say Jamaica is not wealthy. Jamaica is wealthy. The name alone, the brand Jamaica, is $1 trillion entity. You understand? If they know how to exploit it the right way. But they just had to just lead and care for the people more.
Yes.
Don't just let when it's time to retrieve votes to place you where you wanna be in life. You show up for the people. As the leader of a constituency, you know, I mean, lead by example, lead as a true leader. If you don't even add what the people they wanted, go by, sit around, reason with them, you know, try to fulfill some of the promises that you made to them.
Exactly. Exactly.
You don't have to fulfill everything, and we're not looking for you guys to fulfill everything. But all I'm saying, just try your honestly best. Sit around with the people, especially the elderly and the children of those constituencies. You know, when you get a report that something is going on with them, vouch for them, because you never know who that child could turn out to be. He could be the one that gonna turn around Jamaica to its first class status that it deserved to earn.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
At least it's not about JLP or PNP.
It's about the people.
It's about the people. We must all remind that. Even our leader, the Honorable Andrew Holness, always be mindful that the mantle of power is only given to you temporarily. You know, we're not asking you to do behind what you can do. You're doing a great job. I'm not gonna take that from you. You're building on the infrastructure of the country. And I'm not gonna come on social media and bash you the way I see some people bash you and disrespected you and stuff like that. It call right now, that doesn't call for me to do something like that. You know, I mean, right now we're having a dialogue of how we can push Jamaica forward. You got a lot of organization like even mine that I just started that could ease the burden of some of the MP, what the MP they could do for people. All they had to do is just give them the right to opt out and doing, you know, something diligent for the people.
Powerful, powerful.
Because even Buju Banton, Mark Myrie, I see where he was trying to open up a foundation and they was telling him that they rejected him. Honestly, I think that's wrong for rejecting him. Because how can someone rejected someone who is
Trying to help.
easing the burden of
Trying to help.
people who are suffering?
Yep.
And
Yep.
I'm sure that the very same people who denied him of that right that he got to contribute to his fellow brothers and sisters, the very same persons who denied Buju Banton that right, I'm sure if you dig deep in their closet, they have done something more despicable.
There's some skeletons in there.
Yeah, they have done something in their life more despicable than Mark Myrie.
Yeah.
So we as Jamaican, we have to stop judging each other. We had to stop judging each other and stop putting each other down. Not because you might live on the hill. I mean, the OJ's got a song called We're All in This Thing Together. Not because you're living up on a hill and I am down here on the bottom. You know, the same thing that affecting you up there, affecting me down here. You know, so we as Jamaican, where is that compassion that we grow up in?
Yeah,
we all know that we're ignorant people, you know, and our blood is hot. But we always been people of strong compassion. A very strong compassion. So all I am asking the leaders to do, and I must commend Lisa Anna for being the type demonstrate the type of leadership that I would like to see in Jamaica, in every constituency. People might say she's acting or she's this or she's that, but I find no fault with what she's doing. I love the way she go in Northeast Santana and sit around with the elderly, you know, and interact with the children of Northeast Santana. I applaud her for doing that and being the people's people who she become. You know, I love that about her. I mean, from time to time, whenever I see her do something that's good, I always give her credit where it's due.
Yeah.
You know, and it should not be a labor right or a JLP people remember Jamaica. We all Jamaicans. We all are one, as Jimmy Cliff says. We all the same person. You understand?
Powerful.
So it's time for us as Jamaica to start living the way that our ancestors, the elders that passed and gone before us, they left us with a legacy to carry on, and we cannot carry it on this way by savagely and brutally murdering each other in those gruesome videos and stuff that people be sending me every day.
Wow.
How can we just look at each other and just shoot each other brain out like that? Where the skull separated and I mean the brain just dropping out. Those type of, sooner or later nobody gonna wanna visit our beautiful country. Those type of killing must stop. and the abuse of our women and children must stop. It got to stop.
That's a stop. Shawn, any word yet if the family of Tracy and Ricketts will be bringing her home to Jamaica?
Well,
And
well, I'm not sure because the parent of Tracy and is very devastated. They're not in a good mood right now.
yeah, I can just
Not in a
imagine.
good mood right now, you know.
I can just
And
imagine.
yeah, but I'm gonna speak to Trace, to the father sometime today. I'm gonna give him a call and, you know,
And see where we
find
go.
out, see where we're heading from here.
Well, I can just add this though, Shawn, that it cost them a pretty penny to do what they did in terms of getting Tracy into the United States. The fees, the hospital bills are skyrocketed. And I know that they need resources to bring home little Tracy and Ricketts. So anyone who can make a donation to the crowdfunding that they have up there, they
Right.
can also and do that because they need every dollar they can get. You can reach out to the Shawn Prendergast Foundation as well. Shawn, do you
Yeah.
have a number that you want to put up so that people can reach you? Suppose somebody want to talk to you right away, or you're on
Yeah.
Instagram. What's your thing?
Yeah, well, I mean, my number is up there on the foundation, or I could give my number, you
Give it
know.
now. Give it now, Shawn.
Yeah, 215 433 47
215
90
433. Yes. 47
4790.
90.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm just asking the world and I'm asking Jamaica, whenever time you see we put up a project and we even mention about donation, I mean, the last thoughts I want people to have is that we're gonna use their money to do something out of the need that we're asking for it to do. Charity was something that's always in me, as I tell you. Anybody who know my dad, Rudolph Prendergast, know that he was somebody who always have something in his hand to give. That's just who I adapt my giving from. And that's why I know I had to honor him by you
Starting
know
the foundation.
by starting the foundation. And I'm a person, anybody who know me know that if I say I'm gonna do something, it might not get done the same day, but just remember that I'm gonna get it done.
Yeah.
That's just who I am.
Yeah. If you
You
notice
know?
on the screen, Shawn, you'll see Sandy and Bones TV, bigging me up, Ron and Shelly. Remember, these are the people
Yeah,
that take care of
yeah,
Ozzy, Osborne,
yeah.
the right
Enough respect,
for the
Bones, and
media.
enough respect, Sandy. Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to take this opportunity right now and big up King Yellowman.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
want to play a clip because Yellowman warned the people of Jamaica that if they didn't move assiduously in helping Tracy and Ricketts, then she's not gonna make it. Take a listen.
Need the surgery. And she needs to do it now.
If you give a little more than you take, and if you try to fix more than you break, If you're the kind who takes the time to help a stranger in the rain, there's a place for people like you.
Please help this little girl. She needs surgery. And she needs to do it now. Because I've been through the same condition. And this thing is moving fast. So she has to act quickly to get that surgery. So please, help. She needs her mother, her father would be grateful and thankful for the more strength and more power, alright? I love you, alright?
A very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The time is now 5:39 p.m. I don't want to see that part again because I don't want to have to hear King Yellowman says
right.
Tracy and he's no more. But
and Big Stone, give me a Big Stone.
Go ahead.
Just before we go any further, I just wanna commend my friend King Yellowman for the wonderful humanitarian work that he has been doing for all these years. King, big up yourself every time. You know, you're a wonderful human being, in spite of what others might think of you, you know?
Yeah, you know, keep talking, Shawn.
You're a wonderful, wonderful person with a great heart and a great spirit of a human being. Maximum love and respect to you. And Big Stone also wanna commend you on the World Wide Web also for being the great humanitarian that you be also. You could have been in the US, you know, doing something else or sitting around, but, you know, I commend you on, you know, your trip, just get up and just go back to Jamaica, man, and just been doing a tremendous, you know, job for the people of Jamaica. And to the people of Jamaica, I just want to let you all know, whether you with the red or the green, whether you JLP or you PMP, this is not about politics. This is about the people who I love of Jamaica. Whenever time anybody sees Shawn, whether you are a thug in the street or whatever, or you're just a regular going church person, Shawn just got nothing but love for you as a Jamaican. And I expect the same in return. Treat me just as the same I would treat you, with love and respect. Because if you want to treat me in a certain ill kind of way or whatever, I mean, you know, I could react to that type of treatment too, in which I wouldn't want to do that, you know?
Yeah, powerful. I just want to thank, we did a virtual concert to raise some funding for Tracy and Ricketts. I just want to big up the dream team. You know, Jungle George, Janet Lumley, Shawn Prendergast, Cherie Gaffney, Big Stone, of course, and the gentleman Lakeisha, and the gentleman from the radio station.
Yes, Sam, Poetic Sam, Mr. Sam.
Poetic Sam, you remember him. But I just want to take this opportunity now and share just about 2 minutes of that virtuous concert. of how hard King Yellowman went in trying to help little Tracy and Ricketts. This is a portion of the virtual concert that we all did. The Rudolph Prendergast Foundation, Big Stone Records, and all the people from the Dream Team. We work assiduously to get this right. Here's King Yellowman.
My heart is full because Tracy has been suffering for 5 months. For 5 long months she arrived in the University of the West Indies. 5 months! She needs surgery to remove osteosarcoma. She needs to get to an hospital. We reach out to many hospitals. We reach out to St. Jude's for children. And St. Jude said because of the pandemic, they cannot accept an international child. We reach out to Sloan Kettering. Sloan Kettering wants exactly $1 million up front. We cry to the government for help, and they could not assist poor little Tracy and Ricketts. But when we reach out to the artists, when I reach out to my friend John Thompson, and I said, John, please can we have Forever Young Sports Bar and Restaurant? He said, take it. This one of your place, take it, take it, take it. That's what John Thompson said to me. Yellowman said, well, if John Thompson said, take it, take it, take it, we're going to take it. So guess what? Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Are you ready for the king of the dancers? Are you ready? Put your hands together because guess what? They're talking about Airy Mango. We're not talking about an Airy Mango. We're talking about an East, Deal Mango the Bible gave you. Nobody move. Nobody get hurt. Zoom, 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 zoom. I get in my head. Put your hands together and Forever Young Sports Bar and Restaurant. Welcome to greatest in Yellowman.
Yes, indeed. King of dancehall. King Yellowman. What's on? You know, we've been talking for 1.5 hours. And I just want to say, man, thank you very much for taking your time out from your busy schedule. I know you're doing a lot of work up there in the United States of America. I just want to thank everybody that tuned in and was able to make this 1.5 hour a sad one. Some bit with humor, some bit with a lot of information as to who Shawn Prendergast is. And from time to time, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be having a dialogue with Shawn because I am the spokesperson here in Jamaica for the Rudolph Prendergast Foundation. I deal with organizing or whatever the president dictates and reach out to me. I always try to get it done expeditiously and transparently so that we have the foundation in the highest manner. So the world can see that, hey, the coming together of the Rudolph Prendergast Foundation and Big Stone Records, we can make a difference, we can make things happen, and we can change how we see each other in Jamaica, because that's our objective. Anyway, Shawn, the last words are yours. What you want to say to your fans and your families and your friends and prospective people who wants to be a part of the organization? It's yours.
Yeah, well, you know, the organization is wide open to people anyone with good intentions, you know, of helping others and, you know, grow the organization to, you know, a champion world organization. You know, we are in charity to ease the burden of those who are suffering, you know. And I just want to take the time out to big up Grumps Morgan too for that song, People Like
Yeah.
You. Because I think when he made that song, I think he made that song for me, you know? Yeah, honestly. And I just want to say to Dr. Christopher Tufton, and I don't want nobody to go bashing the government now or disrespect them in a negative and a gross way. What we could learn and pick up on from this situation that occurred, I would like for my foundation and the health ministry, Dr. Christopher Tufton office to be in dialogue to see where we could work out cases like these when they occurred, because many more cases with many more sick kids will turn up in Jamaica to see how we could work on them in a more respectful manner than how the Tracy and Ricketts Foundation, the Tracy and Ricketts story turned out. And the what the other girl name that died?
Yeah, man. Carol Collins.
Yeah,
Carrie Collins.
Kerry-Ann Collins. Yeah, and I want to say a big shout out to Kerry-Ann Collins' mom and her sister, to the whole family anyway. And I want something good to come out of her death, because I'm gonna start lobbying to get a burn center built in Jamaica, because Jamaica is not so much of a third world country where we cannot implement a burn center in Jamaica. The people of Jamaica needs a burn center. Mr. Andrew Holness, the Honorable Andrew Holness, I am talking to you direct to let your finance minister sit down and work out some numbers and see where they could pull some funds from to build a burn center in our country, so that this burning situation that going on with our citizens could resolve. I know that money is there somewhere. If you even want to borrow it, at least the citizen would feel pleased to know that they are paying back a loan that was borrowed for a worthy cause, which is building a state-of-the-art burn center. So that is what I am leaving with you, the Honorable Andrew Holness, and to the Honorable Dr. Christopher Tufton. I would like to hold some sort of dialogue with you, sir, at some point and time. Hopefully it will be soon, to see how we could work out how we're gonna move forward with situation like this that keep on occurring with our kids.
Well, that was powerfully said, and Gloria this I Thompson agreed. My last word to the government of this country. They didn't step up to the plate to help Tracy and Ricketts to go to the United States to get the well-needed surgery. that she so needed, and she eventually died as a result. But they can now redeem themselves. If the family of Tracy and Ricketts wants to bring their little daughter, their lifeless body of their little daughter, back to the land of her birth, I think the government should step up and pay for all the costs to bring home little Tracy Ann. So, Mr. Prime Minister, I'm directing this directly to you, sir. Please show the Jamaican people
that you have
a
a heart.
That I know you do have, because you're Cancerian. You have this art of gold, and bring home the remains of little Tracy and Ricketts. It is the least the government can do to help heal the wound that these families have been so heartbroken. Please honor this last wish, Mr. Prime Minister. Honor this last.
And to that MP, I'm not gonna call her name, who told the family of Tracy and Ricketts, who told the dad of Tracy and Ricketts that, who asked him if he has an ID, and when he said he didn't have an ID, but he got his passport, she said, well, I can't help you then. And
remember, Charlie, it wasn't just an ID, it was a voter's registration card.
Right. So in terms, she using diplomacy to tell him, from what I get from it, from my knowledge, she was telling him that, look, you didn't vote for me, even though your wife voted for me and other family member voted for me, but I did not get a vote from you. So I can't do nothing for you. So she hung up on him. I just want to let you know, you out there, and I'm sure that you're listening. I just want to let you know that was very disrespectful and disgraceful. That was very disgraceful of you to treat your fellow brother that way, knowing that his daughter is on her dying bed and he asked you for help, and you turned him down like that. I'm not gonna call your name. I know who you is, but I'm not gonna put you out there like that. But just lay down in your bed at night and think. You're a young person and you're gonna have children at some point in time in your life. So when you go to bed, just lay down and remember these words that I'm saying to you. Just think about, if that was your child and you needed help and someone did that to you, who was there to render that type of help to you. Because as an MP, when the people of Jamaica put you all in power, they put you all in power as their representative to represent them in whatever case it may be. So I'm telling you, I hold no ill intention or grudge against you, but that's something that I just had to put out there. And I'm sure if the Honorable Andrew Holness know that you did that and could prove that you do that, I'm sure that he would tell you that that was wrong to do, because that's not how government works. Government is there to take care of the plight of the country and its people. So I'm just leaving it there at that, because I have a son and that could be my child. And I wouldn't feel good to know that someone who is there as a representative treat my family like that. That was wrong. And I think that you need to apologize to the Ricketts family for doing what you done by making that statement to Mr. Ricketts. If you had a heart.
Powerful. Ladies and gentlemen, the last word of the president of the Rudolph Prendergast Foundation. He's saying, if you have a heart, reach out and apologize to the Ricketts family for that, and then make it up and bring the body of Tracy and Ricketts home. It was a wonderful 1 hour and 40 minutes and 30-something seconds. Thank you all for watching, and you'll see us again soon. Bye-bye. Thank you.
All right. Blessings. Love Jamaica. And big up to my son and his mom, Marlene.
Okay.
Bless up.